If you're planning on buying the A7R4, you better watch this video first. Okay, so my original plan for this video was to do this actually on location down the seafront in Southsea, but it's too busy. I can't believe how busy it is down there. I can't find a place that A, is out of the wind, has a nice backdrop for the video, and C, doesn't have a load of people in it. A7R4. I need to give you a bit of a background as to how I came about to have this. And this video is going to be very talky. I apologise. I'll throw a few pictures in now and again, so watch it if you can. But if you're looking to buy an A7R4, I've got some real practical advice for you. This probably isn't going to be a very detailed review video. I'm going to do those videos later on, like I did with the A7R2 and the A7. There's not really much difference in terms of what I like about this from the A7 III. And if you haven't seen my video reviews on those, I'm sure there's a playlist somewhere. I'll put it up there somewhere. But this is a very good camera. The backstory to this is I started shooting Canon years and years and years ago, and I wanted to make an upgrade, and I chose to upgrade to Sony. I bought the A7R2 probably maybe 4.5 years ago now. And whilst I still had Canon gear at the time, the A7R2 became kind of my landscape sort of maybe all-rounder camera. I still had the, I think, Canon 6D, which is my primary camera at weddings at the time. And then I bought the A7 III, which became my primary shooting camera because of the focus system. I've done a whole video about the focus system on that thing. It's astounding. Way better than the A7R2, so it became my primary camera at weddings. But I started doing landscapes with the A7 III, and for me, even now, I know Canon and Nikon have brought out some pretty decent gear, but I still think the A7 III is the best all-rounder camera. It's not the best at one single thing, I think, but as an all-rounder camera for everything, for portraits, landscapes, whatever you want to do, interior design, anything like that, night photography, it's the best system on the market at the moment. But it kind of left a little bit opening for me because I had the A7 II and I wasn't doing much with it, and I wanted to upgrade that camera, so I still wanted to have a second camera at weddings. And I was thinking to myself, what is the best thing to go for? The A7R III was the choice, or the A7R4. The A7R III has got a pretty good focus system. It's not great at low light, but it had the decent file sizes. And then looking at the A7R4 as an option, I think this video is kind of going to be about the file sizes, because the file sizes on this, although for me is one of the best things about it, and I'll explain that in a second. It's also probably the drawback. I'm not going to say the worst thing about it, because I don't think it's a bad thing, the file sizes, but it is a drawback in many respects, and that's what this video is going to be about, I think. So when I purchased this over the A7R III, I did it for the file size. The A7R III has the 43 megapixels, which was the same as the A7R2. This has got 63 megapixels, and I like that. And for one main reason, and that's because I do a lot of stock photography. Now, if anyone else out there does stock photography, you're selling your pictures on certain websites. The bigger the file size is, the larger the amount you can potentially make from those pictures, because the licenses go up determined on the size of the images. So for commercial size images, massive images, you can make a really good, pretty amount of money. Obviously there's a price difference. This was a bit more expensive, and I did sell a lot of kit to buy it. The biggest problem for me personally is that I haven't been doing much stock photography because I haven't been getting out. I bought this to become my primary landscape photography camera, because out there at the moment, this is probably, and now even though this is the system itself is nearly a year old now, maybe 8 months, something like that, it is still probably the best landscape photography camera out there for everything that it's got going for it. And like I say, review videos will come out. It's not the best in low light, I know that. It has got 15 stops of dynamic range, which is brilliant, but I'm not shooting with it as much as I expected to, because I bought it just before lockdown number 1 and didn't get out. So I've got a system that's worth a lot of money sat there doing Nothing. I'm not putting videos out on stock photography websites, you know, making any money at all with that. Obviously, the other side of my photography, the wedding stuff, has gone downhill too. So I kind of bought this when I probably shouldn't have done. Okay, I sold a lot of kit to buy it. I sold my A6400 to get that, and a few other bits and pieces, lenses and stuff like that, to be able to afford to even look at it. So don't buy this if you don't absolutely need it. It's a very expensive camera. Certainly to buy it for something like landscapes where I'm not currently making any money, it was a bit of a silly idea, but I couldn't have, you know, foreseen what was coming. Unfortunately, I bought it in, you know, I think beginning of February was when I started looking at buying it. And, you know, COVID was just kind of coming into its own. It wasn't really even seen in the UK at that point. Until later on in the month. So, you know, don't buy this if you don't absolutely need it. Certainly if you haven't got the money to buy it, don't buy it. But the good thing about it is the file size, massive, huge, you know, commercial side of photography, you're well set. Landscapes, it is brilliant. The dynamic range is fantastic. The images that are coming out of it are brilliant. And I'll show you some images that I've taken recently at Durdle Door with this. And it is fast becoming a very good system for me and for landscapes, and I hope to obviously get out there more and do some more pictures. It's just, you know, the drawback again is the file size. So I do a lot of time-lapse photography, and if I'm taking 600 images, the file size of these things are huge, and the editing has become very time consuming is one way. You know, I've got a brand new baby, he's 4 months old. My time is being spent as much as I possibly can with the family. You know, I don't have time at the moment to edit 600 images to make a time lapse, to put them, you know, in a video for 10 seconds. So that's a bit of a drawback, the file sizes. I've had to buy a new hard drive recently. Thank you to those people on my Patreon, because my Patreon channel paid for my brand new hard drive. So those of you that have subscribed to that, thank you. These are the people that have subscribed to that. Their name's going to scroll across the screen now because they get that opportunity as part of being one of my patrons. It's a brand new hard drive because I'm running out of space fast, a lot faster than I was before. Even when I had the A7R2, you know, those file sizes were big. But then again, I stopped doing landscapes with the A7R2. For many reasons. One was hot pixels, where I like to do a lot of long exposure photography. Anything over 2 minutes with the A7R2 was becoming quite tedious, and although there's ways around, you know, the hot pixels problem, I don't have that kind of patience. I'm the right kind of person. So that's me in a hindsight. So this system, fantastic. I love this bit of kit. Currently sat on there is my 24-70, which used to be my de facto wedding lens, now becoming my de facto landscape lens. Love it. This together is a good system. Landscape shots are crisp and sharp and amazing with that system. It's a lot of money and a lot of kit. I know there's a lot of people out there that would say, you know, overkill, and it probably is. You know, you don't need this kind of system. But if you're doing stock photography and anything like commercial photography, you know, this is an amazing bit of kit, amazing system, amazing setup. And yeah, I'm going to do some detailed review videos on this. I certainly want to look at the ISO capabilities of this, because I know it's not probably the best camera for night photography. My A7Riv would probably come into play if I was doing stuff at night. But I have done some bits and pieces at night, and it's come out okay. I've not had any major problems with any noise or grain in that. In those kind of images, but you know, it's probably not as good as the A7 III. If I had the option, I would probably go for the A7 III, but I want to compare, so I will be doing a video soon on the comparisons between this and the A7 III. I know there are rumors of an A7 IV. I will not be buying that camera, so I need you to keep telling me that. Don't buy it. I'm not going to buy that camera. I can't afford it for a start, and what with COVID and lockdown, you know, not making any money with my weddings at the moment, I don't have the money for toys, new toys. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you got anything out of it, please whack a thumbs up. If you like Star Wars, you're awesome. Sorry about the backdrop. I was planning on doing this video down on the seafront, but there was far too many people down there. I couldn't find anywhere quiet, out of the wind, and yeah, way too many people for lockdown in my eyes. But it is what it is. People are doing what they want to do. It's one of them things. So yeah, so if you like this video, please whack a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please stick by it. Subscribe if you can. Hit the notification bell so you get updates every time I upload a new video. And from me in Portsmouth with the A7R4 to be used a lot more soon. We're going to get out there. Take it easy. Have a good weekend. Bye. You're still here. Nice. It's good that you're still here because I want to tell you a little something. Those people who are avid followers of me, I want to give a little something back, and to do that it means working alongside you online because a lot of you can't make it to my workshop. So I've just set up a Patreon account. It is patreon.com/Andy Hornby Photos. So Patreon is a platform where we can create stuff together even if you're halfway across the globe, and I can learn and teach alongside you, literally alongside you. There's so many things I can do to help you get your photography just to that next level. It is awesome. If you can make it to one of my workshops, I've got a website. Go to ahphotographyworkshops.uk and have a look, see what I've got going on. But if you can't make it to one of my workshops, Patreon is a really good platform where we can create stuff together and we can take your photography to another level. So if you like what I'm doing and you want me to learn alongside yourself, see you there. Take it easy, have a good day. Bye.